Rosarito and Ensenada. It's called Playa Saldamando. Have you ever heard of it?
I do not know.
Man, I've been traveling Baja for many, many, many years and never knew anything about it. But I started to do this thing in Tecate with a guy named George Saldamano. We would go down for Dia de Reyes, the Epiphany.
Yes, nice.
When the Three Kings showed up and hand out thousands of toys.
So cool, so cool.
And George really orchestrated this whole thing. Assistant chief of police in San Diego, and I believe he was born in Tecate. He's Mexican American, but he came to the United States. Became the assistant chief of police, and he's got this beach, Playa Saldamando.
What kilometer is it?
It's about 9 kilometers short of Ensenada.
Oh, she's okay.
Yeah. And you drive right by it. You can't even see it.
Yeah.
And you drive down this windy road. And he has these trailer homes that you can rent, and you can surf fish, and it's just beautiful. It's such a great place to.
Is this along Salsa Puedes, where those big cliffs are?
It's above that a little bit. Yeah,
gotcha.
It's near there though.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, Bill, it is so. And part of it is that George Saldamando is such a great human being. Doing that whole Tecate Dia de Reyes thing was always so much fun.
Beautiful.
But that's a place that people should check out. Playa Saldamando, we absolutely had a great time last time we were there.
It's so bitching because you're literally right on the beach. You're down these cliffs, so the road's above you.
Yeah.
And it's an escape from everything because you got this trailer on the beach. You wake up in the morning right before sunrise, have a cup of coffee, and it's just beautiful. Yeah. It's like you in the ocean. You don't notice anything around you, man. And there's big leopard sharks in the surf. They're halibut. You go down the beach a little ways. You find the kelp. There's big calico bass. You can fish from the rocks, man. It's just bitching. Love it.
Yeah. So that's a great place.
I've never heard of it.
We should go do that together.
That'd be a blast. I'd be so into that.
Yeah.
Big time. To know.
We celebrated a really special birthday recently in Puerto Nuevo for a dear friend of mine. You like Puerto Nuevo?
Oh, come on. Lobster capital of Baja.
Remember? It was your birthday.
Oh,
Puerto
my God. Whose birthday?
She's looking at me. Whose birthday was it?
Oh, my God. You're killing me,
Alejandra. I didn't know you had so many margaritas that you don't remember.
Yeah, sure. That was awesome with my Mexican sombrero in that place. My husband is American, my daughter. So that was awesome. Eating so good.
Yeah. Oh my God, do you remember that platter of food?
Yeah, Patrick, you, Sean, Sophia eating that was awesome.
$100, and you could have fed 15 people.
Oh God, yes.
Lobster tails, ceviche.
Yeah.
And the mariachi, remember?
The mariachi.
What
The two kids that were dancing.
What
a great experience.
That was so cool. Yeah.
And of course, before that, we were at the Rosarito Beach Hotel. My favorite place. Senor Torres. I always say Senor Torres with a lot of respect, right?
Senor Torres, I love it. Senor Torres, it is amazing.
He's a great guy, though, right?
Super good.
What a story he has about that hotel.
Yeah, he is amazing. He's a visionary. He is working very hard, and he converted that Hotel Rosarito, in a very nice spot.
That was a famous place. I'm glad to see that they've continued
They love Rio.
Tradition.
Everyone in that hotel. Hi, everyone is like, wow, it's more famous than Senor Torres.
I don't think so, but
Senor Torres, say hi to him.
And you've been going to the Rosarito Beach Hotel since you were really young.
Yeah, man, it's a bitchin' spot because they still got the old hotel there.
Yeah.
For you guys that want to see the history of that place, and they got the new hotel now too with that bitchin' pool on top of the roof. And the fishing. Anywhere you go in Mexico, the fishing's good, man. But it's got good fishing outside there too, with that big rock there and good flatties. And remember those sand crabs we caught down there?
Yeah, the giant
They were doing some work down there. They had a tractor that was digging like 6 feet into the beach. We caught sand crabs that must have been this big.
Shut up! I've never seen that big.
Yeah, I was like, we're going into the prehistoric age here with these sand. I couldn't believe it. There's the biggest sand crabs I've ever seen in my life. I never knew they got that.
Never.
It was nuts.
And part of that whole thing with the Rosarito Beach Hotel, Alejandra mentioned that we know, like, the bellhops, Zenobio, Jorge, all those guys are such dear friends.
It's
the attention, yeah.
It's a different touch than the U.S. It's all personable down there. It's not, like over here, we're real quick just to get to business and get it over with.
That's right.
Down there, it's their family. You get to know them, get to know their family, get to know what they're about. It's just different.
You want to talk about our recent trip to the Hotel Santa Maria, which we didn't stay at. We just drove out there in San Quintin, and you and Patrick Well, first you got this horrific sunburn, you two morons.
In
But
San Quintin, when it's overcast and foggy, you don't think anything of it. You can get smoked in
they
that.
got screwed, let me tell you.
We stayed at a hotel in Ensenada, and the walls were purple. I blended right into
That was the Posada del Rey, by the way. But
Posada
yeah,
del
he
Rey.
did.
But the reason I got so sunburned was the bite was just off the hook. We were using the deception flash jigs from Ahi USA.
Yeah.
And we were jacking the surf perch. It was every cast. You'd let it go out there. You work it nice and slow, give it a little kick. And it was big perch,
Nice.
man. And so I kept going. I got to put sunscreen on because we had to wade out into the water a little bit. But I kept casting and getting bit. I go, screw the sunscreen. I regretted that later. Also,
you did match the walls in the Posada
it was
del Rey.
nuts. You know what else was really funny about that? Patrick getting that hook in his hand.
Oh, I forgot.
That's
about
always so
that.
funny.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's always hilarious. Especially when the barb is really deep, as it was.
Well, those hooks on the
Makes it
flash
even
jigs are so
really-
damn good.
Yeah.
In his
yeah.
hand.
Patrick was
Yes.
so there's these I think there were blue crabs that are sitting in the sand and they had their claws and everything up and we were watching out for them as we would wade out because they're right in the surf line. So he came up behind me with the rod because I had just gotten him. I stuck the rod tip into his foot and he thought it was a crab and he screamed and jumped. So then he tries to get me, but when he does it, he loops the braid around my foot and he's got the jig in his hand and he sticks me.
Sticks in his hand.
Wow,
I go to jump. The line's wrapped on my foot because I thought a crab got me. I jumped and dove into the water and I just dug it into his hand. So we sat there for like 10 minutes trying to
We
get
got
it
it
out.
on video. Yeah.
Yeah.
I made sure, I wanted to be the father that was very concerned about
Well,
his son. Let me get a good angle on this.
Very
The
concerned.
funny thing about Patrick when he gets a hook in his hand, passes out.
Well,
He'll
not
knock-
only
passes
when his own blood makes him pass out, right?
I don't know
Or
if it's
is
his
that
blood.
it?
Well, he did that when he cut his knee open. It was a bad
Yeah.
injury. He had to go get stitched up.
Yeah.
So when he got the hook, whenever he got a hook in his hand, he would pass out, and I'd just sit there and try and rip it out while he was sleeping. But
I'm thinking,
it's-
what the hell kind of a rugby player passes out when he sees his own blood? But anyway,
It was
Come
funny.
on.
And so I told him, I go, you got to film this. He's going to pass out. And he did not pass out.
yeah, it was very disappointing, Bill.
I couldn't believe it.
We were hoping to get Mexican paramedics to make a big deal out of this, but didn't pan out the way we wanted.